2201. Shifting demographics, household structures, lifestyle preferences, and consumer values suggest a different built environment and urban fabric 30 years ahead compared with 30 years ago. More and more Americans, Australians, and Europeans are choosing to live in settings where they are less dependent on their cars because reducing air pollution and energy use matters to them. A 2011 survey of more than 2,000 adult Americans found 7 times more people said the neighborhood where a house is located is a bigger consideration in deciding where to live than the size of the house. Walking to restaurants, businesses, schools, and other amenities was the most appealing neighborhood feature for many respondents. To many 20 and 30-somethings, walkable communities are equated with a downsized environmental footprint and energy efficiency, with the added benefit of burning calories during everyday activities. If green buildings and solar panels dot the landscape and rooftops, all the better. Notes one economist with the Urban Land Institute. Energy efficiency is becoming the new granite countertops. It's a necessary feature to sell the property. 2202. In recent years, there has been an increasing tendency of economists, scientists, and politicians to shift the focus from population growth to consumption as the more important underlying driver of biodiversity loss. For many, the emphasis on consumption avoids politically charged topics, such as population control, which most people oppose on ethical or moral grounds, and because it is associated with divisive topics such as xenophobia, racism, and eugenics. Others highlight that it is not the number of people per se, but how natural resources are consumed that is the main cause of environmental decline. Indeed, rich people and rich countries have a disproportionate impact on the natural environment because they consume a disproportionately large share of the world's natural resources. To use one example, the USA accommodates only 5% of the world's human population but uses 25% of the world's harvested natural resources each year. In fact, decorative Christmas lights in the USA alone use more energy than the annual energy usage of the entirety of Ethiopia or Tanzania. And yet, the average USA citizen uses less than half of the energy that an average citizen of Qatar uses, Qatar being a small but wealthy Middle Eastern country. 2203. Movies featuring wonderful natural landscapes and charismatic wildlife often increase the desire of moviegoers to visit natural areas where they can see these landscapes and animals firsthand. But they can also raise awareness of environmental issues in new audiences. While many documentaries are created with this purpose in mind, such benefits can also extend to blockbuster movies meant for broader audiences. For example, Disney's Happy Feet highlighted the threat of overfishing and plastic pollution to penguins. The Jungle Book exposed audiences to the endangered pangolins. Such exposure can even lead to environmentally conscious behavioral changes. For example, moviegoers were willing to donate 50% more money to climate mitigation after watching the apocalyptic movie The Day After Tomorrow. Perhaps, in part, due to the influence of environmentally orientated movies, an increasing number of movie stars, and other celebrities, have started using their stardom as a platform from where they promote biodiversity conservation efforts in Africa.